One of the things that we have held to as a district over the course of time is looking at small class sizes. And there will be some research that tells us that small class sizes don't matter. I respectfully disagree. I tell individuals that explain that to me, then you've never been a teacher that's responsible for 175 kids and expecting to have parent feedback and meaningful comments to students on homework, or an elementary teacher that has 38 kids. High school secondary teacher that has 125 versus 175, elementary teacher that has 28 versus 35, there is a big difference. So we've worked hard to maintain relatively small class sizes, so much so that our class sizes, as they currently stand, are below what we would find in some of our neighboring districts. So the proposal is to increase our class size ratio by 2, and then we always have this variable that allows us to add new staff or to reduce new staff, and in the past that variable has been a +5. So meaning we have the targeted class size, and then if there are 5 students more in that classroom, 5 students or more in that classroom above the targeted class size, then that would generate an additional staffing. The proposal for next year is to go to a +6. So it would be a targeted class size increase of 2, and then the variable that would trigger staffing, additional staffing, would be +6 versus the current +5. What that does is it shifts the number of students, obviously, that we can have in each one of our classes, which generates the potential for fewer staffing needs. And so when you look at the elementary, the junior high, or the high school, based just on numbers, and I understand numbers don't always tell the story, but just based on numbers, there's a potential of reducing down staffing by about 26 positions with those new proposed targeted class size ratios, 26 positions K-12. The recommendation today or last night was that we target 18 positions for reduction K-12. And the reason why we're targeting 18 is because numbers don't always translate to reality, and so I don't want to propose a budget based on the maximum potential when the reality might necessarily need to be lower than that. And there's also going to be unique situations that we want to be able to account for. And so instead of targeting the 26, the proposal is to target 18 staff positions K-12. The discussion, I believe, last night was a good discussion. When you see the documents on our website, you'll see what our current staffing is, what the current targeted class size would be next year given our current numbers. And then we began the discussion of saying, so does that mean that, how does that look if we were to go from 4 schools to 3 schools? And that's the school closure discussion.